Hey there, it's Dave Altavilla for Hot Hardware here with a quick take look at HTC's new One A9 flagship smartphone, sporting a fresh coating of Android 6.0 Marshmallow. The One A9 is a premium device in HTC's lineup with a 5-inch AMOLED display and a native resolution of 1920 by 1080. It's powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 617 octal-core processor, and our device is a 3 gig of RAM setup with 32 gig of flash storage on board, though 2 gigabytes and 16 gig storage variants are available as well. Storage is also expandable via an SD card slot up to 2 terabytes. This is definitely a well-made smartphone with a matte aluminum finish and an all-metal unibody design. You're looking at the opal silver version, though HTC also offers carbon gray, deep garnet, and topaz gold colors as well. And yes, let's get this out of the way right from the start. It definitely takes a lot of design cues from Apple's iPhone 6. Though HTC would argue their all-metal designs were first in market, with Apple following suit, and HTC is only returning to their original design signature here with the One A9. On the left edge, you'll find an SD card slot and a SIM card slot. This is a key benefit of the One A9, and though you'll find this type of storage expandability on newer devices like the Moto X Pure Edition, for example, it's becoming rare as of late to see expandable storage on smartphones, so this is a welcome addition. Up top, you'll find the standard earpiece speaker as well as a front-facing ultra-pixel fixed-focus f2.0 camera that shoots HD video as well. And on back, you'll find a 13 megapixel HD camera with optical image stabilization, autofocus, f2.0 aperture, and a sapphire lens cover. On the front is the home button, which is not mechanical, but it doubles as a very efficient and fast fingerprint scanner. After a bit of mapping for your fingerprint, it does open rather easily with very few rejects and actually works so well that some folks that otherwise might not use this feature might actually consider it. And you also get on-screen home, back, and menu buttons as well as part of Android 6, which are integrated and semi-transparent. On bottom, you'll find a single speaker output, no boom sound here, but the phone is equipped with Dolby high-res audio support. Also down here is a standard micro USB 2 port and a 3.5mm headphone jack. And though the One A9 does not support wireless charging, it does support Qualcomm's Quick Charge 2.0 technology. On top is a bare painted finished area, for lack of better words. On the right side is a power lock and wake button and a volume rocker combination. And on the back side is a simple HTC branding with a nice, relatively fingerprint resistant flat metal surface. The One A9 really does feel solid but light in the hand and in general inspires a very premium feel. HTC's choice of AMOLED display for the 5-inch One A9 is commendable, and its color saturation and brightness levels are top shelf. It really is a nice display with deep blacks and sharp contrast. It might not be the highest resolution on the market at 1080p, but for a 5-inch device, it's more than ample. It's also strapped with Corning Gorilla Glass 4 for extra toughness. HTC's Sense UI, lightly layered on top of Android 6.0 Marshmallow, is a refreshingly clean, light, and snappy experience, though it might be missing a couple of miscellaneous features like quick glance notifications found on other Android devices. Sense and Android Marshmallow make a very good pair. The combination offers easy to drill through controls and settings and a clean, high contrast interface that isn't busy or cluttered. I like it. The camera setup of the One A9 is pretty standard fare with options for HDR shooting, auto flash, and resolutions up to 13 megapixels in 4:3 aspect or 10 megapixels at 16:9. There's also HTC's Pro camera mode, which lets you adjust more detailed settings for white balance, aperture, ISO, etc. And a nice surprise is that RAW shooting is also available as well. Again, the interface here is simple and clean, and you have multiple camera modes to choose from, including slow motion and a very cool hyperlapse video clip mode as well. Unfortunately, camera performance still needs some work with this device. Many pictures that we snapped in HDR or standard settings were either slightly oversaturated or not as sharp as we've seen from other flagship devices these days. Low light performance was reasonably good, but again, images seem to lack the same pop and contrast and clarity we've grown accustomed to with some of the major mainstream devices. For video, the One A9's optical image stabilization handled things pretty well, though we did see occasional twitchy autofocus response, especially in more challenging lighting scenarios. Performance-wise and in the benchmarks, unfortunately, the HTC One A9 isn't going to take home any awards either, and the device routinely landed in the middle of the pack in terms of standard compute or CPU throughput testing. In everyday real-world use, we didn't notice any hiccups, and the phone's 3 gig of RAM setup that we had configured in our model certainly helps smooth things out with multiple apps open or when streaming video. However, in graphics and gaming with the Snapdragon 617 on board this phone and its Adreno 405 graphics engine, it doesn't compete with other flagship smartphone SoCs in the market, and the One A9 routinely scores at the back of the pack here. Again, this isn't something that you might feel in everyday use browsing the web or doing email or something mundane like that, but if you're a hardcore handheld gamer type, there are definitely better options out there in smartphones in the market currently. In terms of battery life, the Snapdragon 617 is a newer, lower-powered chip than, say, Qualcomm's 800 series that you'll find in, say, the Samsung Galaxy S6 or the LG G4. And combined with Android Marshmallow's new Doze states, you definitely have a combination that could result in longer uptimes. However, the One A9's 2,150 mAh battery is smaller than HTC's previous generation One M9 as well. Net-net, we realized respectable battery life performance with standard issue all-day uptime over typical usage, but nothing extraordinary here, though we are still testing, so make sure you stop by to check out our full suite of test data and our published written review as well. And so, in a nutshell, and in our humble opinion, the HTC One A9 is kind of a mixed affair of a premium Android device with nice, sleek design elements and a gorgeous 5-inch AMOLED display, backed up by more mid-range electronics under its hood and some areas like the camera that still need some fine-tuning. But be sure you stop by HotHardware.com for our full review with all the analysis and details, and drop a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe to us here for more reviews, how-tos, event coverage, and of course our 2.5 Geeks webcast. I'm Dave Altavilla for Hot Hardware with the HTC One A9. Thanks for stopping by.